Alright, dog's also.
Okay.
Rend, slaughter, devour your enemies. There is no other way to survive. You cannot escape your hunger. Warriors of purgatory.
Try to fight this love. How dangerous can it be? No, the odds are so unfavorable, and honesty's forsakable. So many run for safety from love. Danger, falling in love like this. Danger, falling apart in the hands of another. Like this, hopes will craving the dark so completely, so sweetly. Danger.
Okay, here we are again with more DDS, and we will get started with it in, let's say, 2 minutes. And see where we can go now that the gang is all here. Okay, let's get going. Yellow Wall Hackin', that's the name of the game today. And once we're done with that, we're gonna do some trapping. That was not supposed to be a rhyme, and it didn't exactly follow a rhyme scheme. But you know what? If it worked out for you, it worked out for you. I'm glad you're happy. We're all here, we're all happy, we're all good to go. Except Bat. He's gonna die. How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to Digital Devil Saga, the Stream Edition. Last time, we made our way to the top of the castle at coordinate 136, and we rescued Sarah from the clutches of Mick the Slug and Bat, his not really subordinate, who is just out for himself. And today, we're gonna finish up using, like I said, the new yellow key that we got, and then once we're done with that, we will head off to see if we can trap Bat so we can, finally excuse me, get him off our back, and we can move on to working on our business with the brutes and the wolves, because they're the other two groups that are left. How close together? Because I want everybody to be about where Surf is. A little less maybe would be fine. So CeeLo and Gale are going to need to catch up a little bit. Arjula is still catching up, and Heat is getting there? So I may want to actually switch the party around just a little bit here. Give CeeLo his battle debut. And get, let's see. Maybe I'll bring Surf and CeeLo in with Arjula, and then I'll let Heat and Gale have a seat for a little bit. So Surf, Arjula, CeeLo, and we'll see how that works out. CeeLo, let's see if we can set some skills for you there, my friend, because you got a little bit of stuff to do while we're at it here today. So we want Devour for sure. Let's get Zionga in there as well. What else you got? He's got Hama already set. He's got Stone Gaze. That's not too bad. I don't think it's as good in this game as it is in Nocturne, though. I think it's slightly worse because it doesn't actually... it's the same sort of issue that most dark skills in this game have, where you need to curse the enemy in order for them to work effectively. And that's just a pain in the ass. So since it's a pain in the ass, I'm not even going to worry about it for right now. Electric Boost. Whoops. We can go down here. Did you learn... You didn't learn Terra yet, did you? Okay, I mean, that's fine. We'll deal with it. Maka Jam, I think, is a little more accurate than the other ones, so... And then for you, I should set Medea for you, because Diorama's nice, but Medea will let you combo with CeeLo's Hama. So actually, let's set that there. And that way we're in good shape for now. Yeah, that'll work. Surf, what have you got going on here? We should probably set your skills up a little bit as well, so you're in decent shape. We want Devil Feast back, so let's put that back here. And then... you don't need HP or MP Thief. We do want Ingest Mana back, though, so let's put that there. And then instead of Terranda, and I think I'm going to keep Dia just because it's low cost, but Surf has a high amount of magic stat in order to take advantage of it. But I think instead of this, I'd like to have something else. And actually, I think I'd rather... Nah, it's fine where it is. I don't even know what would be effective in particular in this case. Frost Breath or Fire Breath? Why not both, right? We'll do Flame Breath here. We'll do Frost Breath there. And we'll hope for the best. How about that? It should be alright. I think before we go to the other couple of areas, because here the enemies are still... They're not, like, substantially strong, but they're still at least a decent chunk strong. But when we go to, like, let's say... Did I get another Jack cell? I must have. From somewhere. Unless I just didn't sell it last time. But yeah, when we go to other places, like, let's say we're going to be going to Svadhisthana at one point for one of them. The enemies there are just way too low level for them to even be remotely worth it for me to fight. So I'm just going to buy a few Estoma Spray, and then we'll use it when we get there. We'll go from there. Speaking of which, what's my solar noise at? 3 out of 8. It's going to be 2 next, or is it going to be 4 next? 4 next. Okay. So I will wait to sell my Jack cell and my error cell and everything else. Sarah, any thoughts? Of what exactly? I'm confused. What's going on here? Heat's just as confused as I am. Anyway. Alright, let's head off to Svadhisthana. And then after we're done, we will head to... I think Anahata also has one. And then we will go from there after we're done with both. Any passing thoughts, Gale? Oh, okay. Huh. Well, that's interesting. I wonder why she doesn't need to... Well, she's not a demon, but she doesn't need any food at all? Okay. Yeah, well, he doesn't exactly think about that sort of stuff, does he, CeeLo? It's just heat. That's just his normal. Usually I just let it happen. Maybe I shouldn't, but usually I do. Max noise. Let's sell our stuff. I gotta remember this courtyard. I keep saying that, but I don't remember this courtyard usually. But I gotta remember it, because if I remember it, I can come here and, you know, run around with no encounters whatsoever and just sell off all my cells with impunity. Just like this. So yeah, those weren't worth a whole lot, but it got us back basically all of the money that we spent on that Estoma spray. So that's not too bad. Alright, well anyway, CeeLo's gonna probably not get his battle debut in here because the enemies are so low level, but Estoma spray, how does it work? Let's use a little bit of it so I can show you. So let's see, Estoma spray is right here. So it gives you less encounters. Strange repulsive smell filled the area. So it doesn't really affect us in any particular way, but it does affect whether or not the enemies actually show up. It's actually more effective, like I said last time, to use it when it's close to minimum solar noise, because it lasts until the next minimum solar noise. So it's actually better to use it then, but I figured I'd use it now because we're already, you know, we're inside and we might as well. Let's see. Yellow wall is down there. And there's a red wall as well. So I gotta go straight through there to that downstairs over by the healing point. Okay. But ideally, we should get into less encounters. I don't know if it completely eliminates low-level encounters like it does in Nocturne, but if it does, we shouldn't get into any encounters between here and the end of this dungeon because the enemies won't be high enough level for them to actually take advantage of it. So, but we'll see. I don't actually know. And here we are, so let's just head down here. Still a red wall down here that we can't do anything about, but we'll work on that later. Hey man, what's up? Who's him? You said him in capital letters. Interesting. I wonder what it's guarding. Surely it can't be something secret that they want me to fight later in the game. Let's destroy this yellow wall for now. Maybe there's a way around. No, it won't. It won't go around. It wouldn't be that easy. Atlas knows what they're doing when it comes to designing these games. So, but yeah. So now you can see we're back at minimum solar noise. So there goes the anti-demon field. But if we reuse the spray, there you go. It'll last from now until the next minimum solar noise. So that's good. Okay, looks like another exit. Interesting. And what do we have here? This is a vital noise. Okay, more for Argela. That's nice. I gotta use all these noises. I probably won't have much use for them otherwise if I don't... Like, I could be using them for full heals in later dungeons and stuff, yeah, but do I really need to? We usually don't have too many mana problems now, and we probably won't in the future because we'll have Chakra Walk and Mana Walk before too long anyway. So that will solve all of our mana problems. Do we have anybody that needs healing? Probably not, right? No. Okay. Alright, so let's teleport back to the main entrance, and then once we are done with that, we can head out to Anahata, go get that last one, and then we'll go from there. Everybody's good on mantras right now, right? I think I checked this last time, but I just want to make sure. I know that CeeLo's still working on his thing. Got to get him Terra, because that way he'll cover both of his elements. and then we'll be good to go. And we are at half, and we are waxing, so not likely I'm going to be able to sell that jack cell right now, but we'll sell it later when we have a little bit more, proximity to minimum solar noise, which is not right now. So let's go back to Anahata so we can get to that point. And since we're going in through the front door, we may be able to get to the vendor fairly close to minimum. I can't use that yet. Any news over here, sir? Yep, will do. Figures, they their emotions are so haywire that they just won't give up, even though we've already beaten them fair and square, and the rules say that they're supposed to follow me now, but I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean anything. So that was the blue wall, which led to the field hunt. And then there's a yellow wall. Is it in the basement, or? Nope, it's up here on the 3rd floor. How do I get there again? Let's see. So I gotta go back over to there. And that was the other exit. That was the one from the back entrance. Okay. So to get there, I need to go a long ways, it looks like. Because that'll lead there, which leads down to an elevator, which will take us around. And we can go through the elevator to go up here. That will bring us over to there, which we can then go, that's where the switches are. Then we can go up past the save point. I'll probably save there. We can go all the way up there and then go up again, which will lead us to the yellow wall. So it's a bit of a walk, but we'll make do. I think I'm going to save before we go do that, just as a safety precaution. We've still got a full, well, a half a cycle of, what's it called? Oh, I can teleport straight to that section, can't I? But which one is it? Is it Citadel 1? I think it's Citadel 1. So that'll actually be very nice for us, because that'll save us about 3/4 of the walk if I just did it correctly. Let's see. Yeah, so now all we got to do is go up that way, head through that save point, and go up, and then we'll be good to go. All right, awesome. That was way easier than I was expecting it to be. So now it's just a matter of, can we get to the yellow wall and back to the vendor before minimum solar noise, and I have a sneaking suspicion that the answer is no, but I'm going to try anyway. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is the wrong door. I had to go through the other one. Well, now we definitely won't get there before minimum solar noise. Oh well, I'll sell that jack cell eventually. Let's see. You're red, because I can see your eyeballs tinting over there. So let's go this way. This is a green. That's a red. So we need to go this way. And that's a red, so we need to go this way. I remember how this went now. Okay, through here. No, nothing here. We just gotta go up from here, and we're good to go. Let's see. Okay, just over here. And over here. And up here. And I might not use another Estoma spray after this, just to give CeeLo a chance to maybe, fight a few things, devour a couple of enemies, and, get some AP. Because he could use it. Okay. Let's destroy the yellow wall. See what's back here. Looks like a couple of rooms, and then after we're done, we'll just teleport right back to the entrance, and we'll go from there. See, that was easy. Nothing to it. Other than an empty room. It was trapped by a single bicorn. I forget what this guy's weak to. It's definitely not fight. No, it's not wind. And it's not that either. So he's probably weak to earth. Okay, well, he's not weak to it, but he died to it, so it doesn't really matter now, does it? I forgot his weakness. Yeah, that. Definitely that. Hello, Marie. How you doing? Welcome back. Just looking for yellow walls at the moment, and ooh, we found a chest. That's behind in this chest. So this is in Anahata, where the Citadel was, and we got an iron shot in here, so more bullet. I think, if I recall correctly from my save file, I moved around the ammo that we have with everybody, just because. Let's see, how did I do this? You've got shot shell. I gave everybody so Gale, CeeLo, and Heat all have guns that hit multiple enemies. Gale has an assault rifle, so it hits random enemies. CeeLo has a submachine gun, which also hits random enemies, and then Heat has the grenade launcher, which hits all enemies. So I gave them all stuff that has like statuses attached to them, because I figured that would be fairly useful. And for Argila and for Surf, I gave them just the bullets that have high attack power, because if I'm going to be using their shots anywhere, it's going to be on single target stuff. So I figure, yeah, I might as well give those to them. Do I want to give Surf the iron shot and give Argila the metal jacket? I don't know. I think I'll give Argila the iron shot. It doesn't particularly matter. We're not going to be using guns all that often, so. But it's there, so I might as well use it. Hi, Cole. Bye, Cole.
We go.
Okay. Bye. And I think that's it. We went and got that vital noise from Svadhisthana, so now let's just head back to the save point, and we'll be good to go. We can get the heck out of here. But we'll see if we can get CeeLo to work on eating anything. I don't know if we'll get anything to within HP ranges where he can actually eat them, because, well, we're pretty damn strong compared to the enemies in here at this point, but yeah, we'll see.
I'll make this quick.
Okay, so I think Babkatha was weak to fire, if I recall correctly. Yep. Let's try Zanma on you. Okay. And then let's do this. Now, if I thwack you with my fist... Okay. I was going to say, are you going to die? And the answer is yes, but that's okay. It's not a huge deal. We'll just work on getting CeeLo there slowly but surely. The enemies here don't give a whole ton of AP by comparison to what we're used to, but that's okay. Alright, now, we are out of here, where I think the Citadel 3 was the one that's down by the vendor, which is the closest one to the entrance. So we're going to look, and we're going to find out. And I'll top us off, because why not? There we go. Yes, it was the one down by the vendor. Now, we are waxing right now towards... this one actually might work out okay for CeeLo to eat something, because, well, these guys don't particularly have... I mean, other than their earth weakness, but... Let's see. Yeah, that kind of kills them at the moment. Can I Maka Jam you, or do you drain that too? You shield that. Okay. I mean, that's fine. These guys have a lot of resistances now, don't they? Okay, that's fine. If I just thwack you. Okay. And then maybe Devour now? Not quite enough. I know if Surf hits it, it'll die, but if Argila hits it, it'll also die. Okay, that's fine. Not having any luck with this whole devouring thing right now, but that's okay. It's just because the enemies are a little lower level than we are. But that's fine. We'll get the chance. Just get CeeLo some time so that he can, you know, iron out the kinks in his battle strategies, and then we can go from there. Alright. But we found all the yellow walls that we've seen so far, it looks like, so let's head out. We will, I think I'm going to check back at base just to see if anything's going on. And then after we're done with that, we'll head off to the deserted ship so we can lay our trap. So let's go back here. Just see if anything's going on. What's up, Sarah? What, you mean this place? I mean, not particularly. I mean, I guess it's home, but, well, I mean, I guess I could say just a little. You're a modern philosopher, aren't you, Sarah? That's an interesting way of looking at life. Okay. Oh boy. I think you guys need to adopt your battle strategies a little bit so that you're, you know, not just around a, you know, so not only one of you is earning their mantras, so. That is a good question. No, I mean, it's a prudent question. Why do we have to mercilessly murder one another in order to reach a place where we no longer have to murder one another? Like, how badly do we have to stain our hands in order to reach a place where no one needs to ever stain their hands again? Seems like an oxymoron to me. Yeah, fair enough, Heat. Okay, so we're gonna have to find a new place to live, I guess. Or we'll just, you know, take Sarah with us for the long road. Yeah, it's probably because your emotions have awakened and you're feeling a little nostalgic. Yeah, otherwise we could stay here, but, well, now we can't. So. Oh, okay. Gotcha. So once we are done at the deserted ship, hopefully they'll report back and we'll see if the place is safe enough for us to go there. And, I mean, worst comes to worst, if it's not, we'll just, you know, make it safe. Well, I'm glad most of us here made it through. Not all of us did, but most of us did. Sure. We'll try to do that. Sure, why not? We would need to wait just a hot minute to use this vendor. Maybe I'll do it anyway, just for the hell of it. Just to get rid of that Jack cell to my inventory. I don't have to do this, but I mean, I'm already here. There's no enemies that I have to worry about, so I might as well just do this. I don't know if we're going to go to the next dungeon and it's going to be like the Citadel, where we spend like 3 hours looking for a vendor, basically. So, since we're here and it's a fairly simple process to get it to minimum solar noise, I'm just going to do laps up and down the hallway until we get to minimum, and then sell my cell. There we go. See what the Karma Temple thinks of me now with all this money that I'm going to have. There we go. 200,000 Maka. Not bad. Not bad at all. That will fund our mantra use for a little while anyway. Okay, so now we've got noises to distribute amongst the party. So what's going to get what here? Heat's going to get the power noise because, yeah, I mean, I want him to have all the strength. Argela is going to get the vital noise, so there you go. Magic noise. I said I wanted to save this for our next party member, and as it so happens, our next party member is CeeLo, so we'll give him one. And then quick noise. Who needs quick noise out of anybody? I don't know. I guess I could give it to Surf, since I'm not going to be raising his agility ever again. Then his agility will be close to this. It'll still be the slowest of anybody's by the end game, but at least it'll be kind of up there. HP noise. I should probably give that to CeeLo as well, because Gale's looking like he's in a little bit better shape. And MP noise, I think we've established we're giving those to Heat. So we'll give that to you. We'll give that to you. We'll give this to... actually, hang on. Let me check everybody's magic stats real quick before I give that to anybody. So you're at 27 now. And you have 30. So yeah, CeeLo gets that one as well. And then quick noise for... so Surf has 25, 24, 32, 18. I could give it to Heat as well, but again, it's not really going to make a huge difference in our battle plan here, basically. Like, he just needs strength and vitality. His magic will never be at a point where it's, like, going to be salvageable in a lot of cases, so it's not really something I want to focus on. Yeah, I'll give it to Surf. Okay. Okay, we've distributed out our noises. Let's save, and then we will head off to the deserted ship. And see if we can do anything with it, now that CeeLo has located this fancy place for us to trap Bat at. Okay. Now then, off we go. I wonder who's going to be the next one to try to murder us out of the brutes or the wolves. They both sound like they would be perfectly happy tearing my throat out. So I don't really know, but I guess we'll find out soon. It's just a matter of getting there. But in order to get there, we got to go out here first. So let's go do that. All right, team, off to the deserted ship with us. We can take care of business. This is way out here, though, isn't it? It's almost as far out as the SS Libra. Good lord. It's a little more naval base looking than the SS Libra, but, you know. Oh, great. Well, there goes 10% of our HP. Thankfully, that's easily fixed. There we go. Any thoughts, everybody? Wonder why she's happy. I wonder if she's just happy that we're going to get Bat off our back, or what? They do, but apparently this one got grounded somehow. Maybe. I mean, I did say it kind of looked like the SS Libra, so out of character, sure. In character, I don't know. Let's say yeah. But we've never been here before. How could that be? What, so you can say you're king of the world? I mean, sure, why not? Yeah, that seems like it would be right. How do you remember what the ocean looks like, but not what a ship does? The crack in the wall or the ship? Good question. I'm going to guess that you don't comprehend. Oh, good. Another stock up on items before the mission. There won't be time to return for more. It's probably a good idea. Let me check my, let me check my supplies before we do this. Let me see if I need any dis items. And if I do, we'll just go back to Svadhisthana. We'll grab a few of them. I should I mean, I don't need any discurses. I should probably grab a few of these. Particularly, I should grab the, well, if I'm going to have my team the way that I want them to, it's going to be Surf, Argila, and Gale will be in the party. That'll be one of the parties, and the other party will be Surf, CeeLo, and Heat. And if I have Surf, CeeLo, and Heat together in a party, I won't have access to wind, so it might be a good idea to go grab, what are those, Sonic Stones, I think? Okay. One last pit stop then, excuse me, before we head to the deserted ship. I'll just go back to Svadhisthana. The shop is, like, right there. So. There we go. Just make a quick pit stop right here, and we're good to go. Nothing new from the Karma Temple just yet, but that's okay. I don't need 26 discurses, so let's get to 15. There we go. And we'll just get to 15 on all the rest of them as well. I'll buy a few more Brave Rations, just in case. We can also buy Hero Rations now. Those are 300 HP, to keep that in mind. We have a bunch of Revival Gems. We can buy them now for 10,000, but that's a little pricey for my blood at the moment. So, buy a few of these. Buy a few of these. There we go. Even they know that stun isn't all that great. It's only 100. This stone is probably pretty good, so we should probably grab a few of those. And we have enough discurses, panaceas, grab a few of these. And then... Oh, these are the level 2 ones. Okay, I can actually buy those now. Interesting. I wonder if it just upgraded from the other ones, because I don't think you... I think you could buy the other ones before, but it doesn't look like you can anymore. They just upgraded them from those. Okay. Well, I'll hold on to the rest of this stuff, but let's grab like 5 of these just so I have them. Just in case, you never know. Alright, and that's that. Now back to the ship. Oh, excuse me, CeeLo. And then we will make our way and deal with all the trapping and enemy killing and everything else. So... Okay. Here we go. Yep, I'm good to go now. Oh, fighting against the brutes. Okay. So we're fighting against the brutes while also trapping that. Interesting. So I guess that answers my question. The wolves must be the last ones then. Don't die, sir. Good luck. Man, Shido really let this place go after that party in Persona 5, didn't he? Good lord.
We have to destroy this ship.
Potentially.
It was a rumor that you are hidden here to get the attention of Bat and the brutes. Needless to say, this is a trap.
And then we blow them up.
They show up expecting to find Sarah, and boom.
Nice. I like this plan. Not to worry, we got your back. I know it seems a shame to destroy all this architecture, but...
Hey, come on. Why don't we try somewhere else, huh? Guys?
I don't know, CeeLo. This looks like as good a place as any.
Design make this environment highly combustible.
Plus, it's out in the middle of nowhere,
Is
so...
it really that simple?
I mean, I
I
guess.
mean, they'll know it's a trap when Sarah's not here.
Sarah will be here.
Huh?
Let him explain, maybe. Sarah, as in quotes. Let me guess. Yeah. I was going to say Gale dressed in drag, but no, they dressed up Argela. Okay, fair enough. I don't know how they got her hair like that, but...
Okay. This seriously won't work.
I don't know if you can notice that, but his eye was just twitching there, like...
Sarah isn't this tall, her hair is way different, and her arms ain't that thick.
I can tell I'm gonna love CeeLo already. He just took this game and it went from depressing to anime real quick because of him being here.
Sarah
They left for our new headquarters a few minutes ago.
Okay.
Hope they weren't spotted.
So Heat and Sarah are gone
faster
for
than
now.
expected. We must hurry. If we do not, they will devour us.
And Argela's gonna help with the trap. So it's probably gonna be Surf, CeeLo, and Gale doing this stuff.
Then. Let's go.
Alright, off we go.
Remain here and intercept Bat. He is sure to enter through the windows.
And then wait for him to guard and Tarazi him like there's no tomorrow.
Set traps for them throughout the ship.
It's unfortunate that we couldn't find any contact lenses or anything, but, I mean, what can you do, right? They're just looking at it like, this is a trap.
I can smell that Sarah girl's scent in the air.
Sure.
There too.
Maybe I shouldn't have let her go up to the top.
There's no mistake.
Never mind, that's actually probably Argela. Oh, okay.
Don't ever
Huh. I thought his name was Omega Varen.
That's right. And I even know who you really are, Angel. Now get me the hell out of here.
Very interesting. If you truly are the Colonel, you would know that is not possible. After all, it was you who requested this world be locked, was it not? You
Well,
must
that's
open the
interesting.
door on your own.
Don't give me that Nirvana crap. How dare you speak to me?
On that day, everything changed. Now, each individual shall be judged by his karma. Even so, I pity those like you.
Are you sure? You don't sound like it.
To understand how this works, allow me to help you.
You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours, I guess. I'm very confused, but okay.
The bell shall sound, awakening the sleeping one, Seraphita.
Okay.
How long will your eyes remain shut?
So that would be Sarah's full name. Got it.
Bring me that little punk and the cyber shaman. No matter what it takes.
She has a lot of names, doesn't she?
Get another chance.
Great. Boy. Not exactly the most hospitable people that you found yourself with, are they, Bat? So yes, we got to get an explosive to the bottom, and then Sarah, as in Argela, will intercept Bat. We come up, we defeat Bat, we leave, we let him blow up with the ship, and any brutes that are there as well get taken with him. So that's fun. So yeah, like I said, it's Heat and Argela left the party, and apparently they didn't put Gale back into the party, so let's go surf CeeLo Gale. And there we go. Now everybody's good to go. We've got... and you two aren't too far behind when it comes to surf, so we should be okay. We just got to get access to Terra again, and that's going to take a little bit of doing. To get CeeLo there, maybe I should have bought some Magna Bombs as well until we're at that point. And knowing my luck, all the enemies in here are going to be weak to Earth or something, but that's okay. We'll figure it out. Alright, let's take a look at our map real quick. So, not a whole lot going on here right now. So let's do a little exploring, shall we? And see what we can find. Excuse me. So we're on the 9th floor now, so that means that we need to go probably either the first floor or the basement in order to, you know, in order to get to where we need to go. What do we got up here? This is a medical kit, or 3 of them. Nice. Does this fill out? This does fill out, okay. I missed that little spot over there, so I guess we'll go look at it, and then I'll, okay, there we go. Then I'll go the other way. And we will make our way over. But probably not this way. Yeah, so we're gonna have to go a different way. We probably could jump down there, but nah, it's fine. Okay. So now it's just a matter of working on CeeLo's mantras. We are not going this way. Okay. Then I guess we are going this way, aren't we? Not much choice left to me now. Is it weird that I feel like we're, to add to the Final Fantasy 13 parallels here, is it weird that I feel like we're basically on the ship from, the airship from Chapter 9 in Final Fantasy 13 where you first meet Bartandalus? Because I'm kind of getting those vibes. I know that ship is a lot more high-tech than this one, but I'm kind of getting those vibes. What do you suppose that is? Some kind of funky thermostat with a blood stain running down it? Great. It's like I just walk in here because I didn't touch the button. It just drops me through the floor. so broken door, not broken door, elevator. And is that supposed to be a trash bin or something? I don't know. Elevator. 9th floor, 8th floor, 3rd floor. Let me just check what's over by those stairs first before I go using the elevator here. Because this might lead directly down to the 8th floor, and the elevator will be like right here. So. Yes, yes it does. Okay. Well, I know I can get to the 3rd floor now, at the very least, so let's go this way first. Ah, okay. Let's not go that way first. Let's head down to the 3rd floor. So Gale will just tell us the plan as we go here. Surf, I think you hit the 1 button. Oh, whatever. Maybe we'll stop at the 3rd one anyway. Actually, those numbers don't look anything like normal numbers, like the actual Arabic numeral system. So, danger. A message is written. Danger! Engine room ahead. Employees only beyond this point. Well, we about to violate that rule real quick. Let's see. So, you're not going to let me go anywhere, are you, Gale? You're no fun. I want to explore the ship. We'll have time for it later, I guess. When the fucking mold monsters can chase me around, right? That's when they'll let me explore the ship. Another small karma terminal. Okay. Still haven't found the large one yet, but it's okay. We'll find it eventually. I think they better start working on the encounter rate here pretty soon, though. We've gotten lucky so far, or maybe there's just no encounters yet. But if CeeLo doesn't get a chance to eat things, we might have some problems keeping him up with everybody else. But then again, it may just be that the brutes aren't all mobilized in here yet, you know. He actually let me go this way. Never mind. Well, I don't know where the bottom of the ship is, Gale, so that's why I'm meandering around like an idiot. Suppose if I would have walked a few more feet, I would have known that there was stairs here, though, wouldn't I? Yeah, really getting... I said SS Libra originally, but now I'm really getting vibes of that ship from Resident Evil 7. Good lord. Okay. You don't want to put it in the room with Ethan, where he's stuck to the wall? No, we'll set the charge here. Okay. Alright, so we got to set 1 explosive per floor. And I'm going to guess that you'll tell me where exactly to put them. Because Lord knows I got no idea. Okay, well we set the explosive there. So now we just got to find another place for the explosive. This is a broken door. This is a not broken door. And ooh, treasure room. What do we got? The assault rifle? No, hero rations. Okay, I mean, that's pretty good. I would rather it be the assault rifle, but I'm already beating a dead horse with this Resident Evil 7 joke anyway, so I guess I'll just stop now. Uh-oh. We've been spotted! Alright, CeeLo, let's see what you can do. Oh, and of course, the first enemies that we fight are Nagas, which CeeLo has no advantage against because they 110% are fine with electricity. So, well, looks like they're weak to that, though. So let's just keep doing that and then do this. Well, they got a bit of HP, don't they? Let's see. Gonna do this. And then we'll let CeeLo do that. And we'll let Gale do this. There we go. Done in 1. Good work, team. Ooh, lordy, I like that. Makes me kind of want to go back to the save point now, but we'll find another one soon enough, I'm sure. Okay, well, CeeLo got Terras. That's the important part. And let's set that for him. Where do I want it? Gale, you have Medea, right? But do I want you to set... Well, yeah, actually, I really don't need you to have Bolt Flare now. Because I have CeeLo, so... We'll set Force Boost instead of Electric Boost. And we don't need Quick Escape either, because CeeLo's here and he has Quick Escape, so that's fine. I'll set Shockwave instead, because you don't have Mazanma yet. And then... Actually, that might be good. I was going to set Medea for you, but I think we'll just make do with Dia for now. I can heal fairly okay with that, so... Oh, yeah, I gotta set Taro for CeeLo there. For now, I'll set it instead of Hama, I think. Actually, do I want that instead? No, I want to keep Makajam, because they gave it to me on a character, which means it's going to be useful soon, you know? Like, they don't do that unless it's going to be useful soon. So, a couple of ways to go. And now the music has started. Oh, hey, look, healing point. Have to keep that in mind. It's too bad the large terminal isn't down here, so I could just make a quick jog over here, but that's okay. I like the tactical music that they got going in the background, kind of like James Bondy, you know what I mean? I like it. Tack mirrors, okay. Good to know. Those cast, so you may recall from previous times on the stream, particularly in Persona 5, where we've had spells called Tetrakarn and Makarakarn. Tack mirrors and magic mirrors will do exactly those things. Tack mirrors will give you Tetrakarn, which repels any one physical attack for you, for all party members in this case. It's not just a single party member in this game, it's multiple. Magic mirrors, excuse me while I adjust myself, magic mirrors will do the same sort of thing, but for all magic on the whole party. So I don't know what those guys are weak to, the Phantoms. I wonder if they can get this. Well, that missed, so that's a little upsetting. I'm gonna try Flame Breath. Okay, well, they're not necessarily weak to it, but it did damage, so that's at least good. I'm actually going to Electric Drain, because these guys here like to cast electricity moves, so... And then... yeah, Shockwave, why not? Okay, found their weakness, perfect. And that will make that easy. Oh yeah, now that we have Drain and Repel skills, it'll be a lot easier to frighten all of the enemies with them, because if you Drain or Repel their attacks, it just instantly frightens a good chunk of them, which is pretty good. It means that we can just, you know, kind of eat. Again, that is a hell of a sound you are making with your mouth, sir. So yeah, I'll probably keep Electric Drain for the entire dungeon. That seems like a smart plan. And there we go. Good to go. So I guess we're going to head back towards the save point anyway. An explosive has been set. Locations remaining 7. Alright, 007, let's go set more satchel charges. I remember there was at least one mission where you had to set satchel charges in Nightfire, but I don't remember if there were any more. So. Now, we don't have First Strike in here, so things may get a little hairy when it comes to the enemies fighting us to begin with. It looks like those guys have Megiddo as well, so... Okay, Force Drain means I can't attack their weakness, but that's okay. I can still attack the middle guy's weakness. We can Electric Drain, because we'll use that turn. And then we'll do this, and we'll do this. There we go. What would be best against these guys? Do you do anything with Earth? Not particularly. Okay. You'd shield physical attacks. Okay, I gotta keep that in mind. I should have avoided death. I'll have to keep that in mind. Okay. Oh, nice dodge, CeeLo. Good work. Okay, so Void Death is also something that needs to be in our future here. Got it. Should I use one of my blasts? I guess I could. Nice. So that leaves the one guy frightened, which will mean a Devil Feast for Gale, sure. And then we will... let me Dia real quick. And then let's see if you can devour this guy. Not quite. Okay. Well, this could end poorly. Never mind, we're okay. I will top myself off. Try again. There we go. Not that CeeLo even needs it at the moment, because he's still on Earth Spirit, but, you know, it's fine. Give him a little practice, so he can do it more once we get through with Battle Demon and everything. Save point over here. Good. Okay, this is the 3rd floor, so we're going to need to set a charge here somewhere, too. But first, let's get a mantra. Okay, so Gale, you're almost done with Fierce Spirit, so we'll probably have to come back here in just a moment. But before that, CeeLo needs to equip more level 1 spirits. I think the last one he needs is Protection, which will let him use Dia as well. So there we go. Just use that for now. And Gale will work on something after you're done with Fierce Spirit. You've still got Kichijio, Evil Spirit, Regular Spirit, and Ancient God to work on, I think. And then Surf is almost done with Thrones, so then he'll get to work after that. Let me save. And I think I will equip Medea on Gale. I just need to see what I can equip on Surf that Gale also has. So, let's take a look. Set. Gale, what do you have that I can also have on Surf? Not a whole lot, actually. I would like to have Void Death somewhere on the party. Do you know Void Death? You know Void Death, okay. So I guess I'd set that instead of Maka Jam for now. Excuse me. And then you can have Medea instead of Void Death. Leave that there, and then Surf. What did I get rid of on CeeLo for that? Maka Jam. So I guess I'll keep that on you, since I know you've got it somewhere. There we go. Again, I don't know if I need it, but, well, it's there. Of course, now I'm going to have to give Dia back, because, you know, I need to heal CeeLo real quick. There we go. I could unequip, Frost Breath to put Maka Jam back on. Just get rid of Ice Boost for now. Actually, no, let's leave Frost Breath on. We'll unequip Ice Boost for now, and we'll keep Maka Jam on there. Because, again, if they give it to you on a character, you usually will need it, like, sooner rather than later. So I'm going to keep it here. Yeah, that'll work. I haven't run into anything that I need Ice for yet. But we'll figure that out as we go. Alright, can I set anything on this floor? We will join Argela in something. I don't know what he said there. So probably the fact that I can see the light of day over there means that that's where the ship's entrance is, I would assume. Like, we kind of can get out from there. 3 phantoms, okay. Gonna need some, not electricity. I'm gonna avoid death. Gonna need some wind spells going on here right now. It's a good thing they gave me Gale for this particular dungeon, because he'll come in quite handy for all of this. I'm gonna do this. And then you can devour this guy since he got hit twice. Never mind. Force Drain. Alright. Mudo. Yeah, how about no? Okay, now they're frightened, which is perfect, because now I can... do I want a Devil Feast? Actually, I don't think I want to, because I would rather that Gale get the experience from 2 of these guys. And then we can go from there. Zionga. And Aguila to finish him off. He didn't die. Well, this could get hairy. Maybe we're starting to get enough magic stat to where it's starting to miss, because that determines magic defense as well, so I would assume that has something to do with whether or not Hama or Muno hit. But yeah, because we... ooh, nice. Because we defeated 2 of them and didn't have Surf Devour there, Gale actually finished Fierce Spirit, which I think would be fairly helpful. And CeeLo also finished Protection and 1 Devour, which is pretty nice. It means that we won't have to do a whole lot of devouring in order to finish this up, so... Okay. So yeah, we'll just keep Surf with Dia so that he can top everybody off when needed, and we'll have Gale do the multi-healing as needed. Let's see. Get mantra. So the 2 of you need a new mantra. CeeLo needs one in particular. Let's see. So Battle Demon is probably the next best one for him, because that'll get him access to Devil Feast, which we won't. Then everybody's got Devil Feast, so then we'll be in good shape. Gale, you got Fierce Spirit done. You can do Kichijio. Evil Spirit is also available, 25k. Regular Spirit. You'll be doing Cherubim eventually. Regular Spirit and Ancient God. So Evil Spirit's 25, and Kichijio doesn't get me anything I particularly need at the moment. So I think we'll do Spirit next, because that'll at least get me Terrakaja, which will be helpful if we get into a boss fight with just us 3. And then Ancient God, I think, will be the last one we do for Gale before he does Evil Spirit. So we'll get Kichijio for him next, but we'll have him work on Regular Spirit for now. Alright. And let me save again, just because we've overwritten our mantras a little bit. Okay, good. Now then, I guess we're going back the way we came, aren't we? So, elevator, and we've also got a few more areas to look around on this floor. And then we'll go back through the elevators to see what we can do. Okay. So, no elevator this time. We're going to go through that door, I would assume, but also this door can have things in it. Okay, so this is probably the way forward based on the fact that there's a billion different hallways and rooms in here. So let's take a look. Ambushed! Well, that's just great. It's a good thing I bought all those blasts. So people can transform. Like the little finger snap thing. Tornado shot! I like tornado shot. Do it! He's so casual about it. Blizzard shot is also available to us. Okay. Yeah, sure, why not? Give it to me, CeeLo! Damn, that did a lot of damage. I gotta remember that, because those do some pretty good damage right there, don't they? That was more than we could do. I mean, granted it took 2 press turns to do, but those did more damage than, like, Bufalo would do at this point. So that's pretty good. Yeah, I had a feeling this was just a treasure room, so... What do we got in here? A quantum cell. Okay, cool. So we'll go sell that in a little bit once we can find a vendor. I'm not really concerned about that right now, though. My main concern at the moment is less about the vendor and more about the explosives that I need to plant. Ooh, life terminal. Okay, well, there's a rejuvenating light down in the basement, but it's a little bit of a walk to get all the way back there whenever I want to heal. I don't mind healing for Maka. It's no big deal. I know I could be saving my money if I walked all the way down there, but, like, yeah, it's fine. Oh, good, more ambushes. Again, good thing I got all those blasts. I probably should have bought more. And Phantom is frightened. This is working pretty nicely, though. It worked pretty nicely in the last battle anyway. So, let's do it again. Ha! And then Blizzard Shot. Good work. Yeah, the extra damage from the from the shot that I gave to Surf, and then, well, the iron shot's on Argila, but the extra damage from the metal jacket is really helping with the damage there. Because the power of your ammo is a part of the formula for how much damage those shot spells do. So it's good to have some at the very least. Okay, now this door is broken. Got it. Well, that makes the choice a little easier. Just pick a door and go. Okay. Hey, look, they even have a convenient little spot on the wall for it. Nice. Okay. Easy enough. Anything else in here? No. Doesn't appear to be so. Gonna find another field hunt soon, I'm sure, though. And that will just go poorly for us, because they usually don't go very well for us at all. But that's okay. You are frightened now, so I want to give CeeLo a chance to maybe eat you. Good work. Because that should give you a good chunk of Battle Demon, yeah. CeeLo's the priority right now. He's got to get as much AP as possible so he can catch up. I was going to say, Gale, do you have something else to say again? But no. They have a code name for me, Silver Fox. Yeah, but don't say it too loud, CeeLo, otherwise... Yeah. Okay. Let's engage them, then. What the heck is that thing? Well, we're gonna find out in a minute, aren't we? Xandine. Good thing nobody's weak to that. Let's see here. This is... Oh, towns. We've seen these guys before. I just don't remember what they're weak to. Was it fire or was it ice? Well, I have both, so might as well check it out. No, it wasn't ice. I'm gonna try electricity as well. No, that didn't work either, but it's probably not wind. I don't think it would be. Oh, there goes that guy. Yeah. Okay. No, that's a okay. That's a status spell. That's fine. And CeeLo is panicked, but that's okay. We can fix that. I bought all these Panaceas, and I'm gonna use them. There you go, CeeLo. CeeLo, by the way, I didn't actually show it on his status screen. You may have seen there that he got hit with a weakness hit from Sonic Wave. There is a particular reason for that, and it sort of throws a bit of a monkey wrench into the whole triangle that Earth, Force, and Electricity seem to have for one another in the game. So if we take a look at CeeLo's status here, you can see in the bottom left that he's actually strong against electricity, and where you would expect him to be weak to Earth, he's actually weak to status ailments instead, which is a little upsetting because some enemies, namely those towns and a few others in this particular dungeon, use status effects fairly regularly, which means that we're probably going to want to have him have some void status abilities on him, just so that way he doesn't have to worry about it, you know what I mean? Okay, these guys are weak to fire. They're not weak to fire in this one. I was wrong. They're weak to electricity instead. Alright, that's fine. Excuse me. These guys are normally weak to fire in Nocturne, but evidently they switched that up in this one. Because normally they swim around in Nocturne, so... They're in like a sewer area, basically, in Nocturne, where they swim around, so... Had a feeling you were almost dead. There you go. Good work, CeeLo. And Mastered Battle Demon. Perfect. So Devil Feast for you. That will come in handy. Now we can set something else for you. And Surf's almost done with Thrones as well. So, let's see. So let's set Devil Feast for you instead of Devour. And now we're in good shape. Let's see here. What would be my best course of action? Well, the save point is right back there, so maybe I should go back that way before we get too far ahead of ourselves here. And we'll go back to the Rejuvenating Light as well, because why not? Probably by the time we get there, if I have Surf Devil Feast at one point or another, I'll have Thrones done. And then we can work on something else. I haven't looked at what Surf's grid on my spreadsheets, like what his next mantra is going to be, but we'll see. Alright, so can't use the elevator again. It's okay, we'll just make our way up the long way. No big deal. Alright. Now, we didn't get into a fight, so let's wait around for a fight, and then we'll get mantra after we're done getting into a fight. Figures the encounter rate would take it easy on me when I want to get into a fight. Usually does, though, doesn't it? Usually they hear you when you want to get into a fight, and they don't give one to you. Okay, this should be fairly easy to Devil Feast somebody, because I'm sure Flame Breath will make one of you get frightened. Yeah, there you go. Easy enough. I have another Fire Bomb, right? No, I have Frost Bomb. Okay. I have Bolt Walls, so I guess I might as well use one. I could have used Electric Drain, but it's alright. I guess just pass and let Surf Devil Feast over here. That would be the most important thing. So you can finish Thrones. And then... I don't know, man. Just whack him upside the head, I guess. Okay, that's fine. Let's see. So you're frightened now. I would Devil Feast with CeeLo, but he's... I didn't switch his mantra yet, so I don't think that's a good idea. Instead, we'll do this. Thank you. And then just get rid of you. Good work, you three. Okay, so Surf mastered Thrones. Secunda is the most important one out of that. Mahama's nice, but not entirely necessary at the moment because, well, we're not really fighting anything where Mahama would be particularly useful to us, so. Okay, this is a large group of enemies with differing weaknesses, so let's just spam. Okay, at least I hit one of the ones that actually has a weakness to that, so that's pretty good. Electric Drain or Void Death? The Nagas go first, so I'm going to say Electric Drain will be better because that way we can just completely destroy any press turns that they have if we drain, so... Okay, that gets rid of that guy. Let's use our advantage here. I'm just going to attack with CeeLo. There we go. And then Zanma this guy. So I guess Void Death would have been a little more useful, huh? Blood Curse. Nothing. That's fine. And then... Oh yeah, I can't Devour at the moment, so I'm going to avoid Death just in case I miss or something. Alright. Yeah, this team is pretty effective, actually. They've done pretty well so far for themselves. Okay, CeeLo leveled up, and you will notice that CeeLo is going to be kind of like Arjula, except instead of him getting magic every level, he'll get agility basically every level. So, and Gale leveled up as well. Nice. He also got magic, which is the important stat there. So we'll just let Surf top people off. If we keep eating regularly, we won't have too many MP problems throughout the dungeon. So, all right, more mantras. Let's see here. So CeeLo needs another level 2. What do we want for him? So Demon Beast would get him Feed Frenzy, and it would also get him Ingest Mana, which means it's probably his best bet right now. And then after that, he just needs Earth Shrine and Adamant, and then he's done with his level 2s. So then he's on his level 3s like everybody else, which is pretty good. Surf, I didn't look at yours. Yours is all the way at the top here. Next ones you're working on, we've got Kichijio. Thrones is done. So Kichijio is next for you, I think. Because other than that, you need to work on just your physical ones, which is Ogre and Demon Lord. And those are a little more expensive, so let's do Kichijio first. Just to get it, so we can, get Null Panic. Null Panic is always nice. And then everybody else is working on theirs. Alright, cool. So, now, save again. We'll head back up the hallway, and we'll see what we can do. Alright, off we go. Let's see. So explosive is there. We're going to have to get down to the second floor somewhere, though, in order to plant another explosive. I don't know how we're going to get there just yet, but I'm sure as we go, a path will reveal itself to us. So, we'll see what we can do. 5 phantoms, and we've been ambushed. I don't know if this is such a good idea. Well, let's see what we can do first. We'll just blast them and see what happens from there. Transform. And then Tornado Shot. I think there's one level above Tornado Shot as well, but we don't have access to that just yet, so... why don't you transform as well, Surf, and then we'll use Void Death. They won't be frightened next turn, so we won't be Devil Feasting, but we'll still get a decent chunk of stuff from us, so... Yeah, that ain't gonna help you, sir. Okay, and now... I'll just hug you out. This guy will be dead. And then, do I wind shot? I'll just wind shot this guy. Won't even need Tornado Shot. See? Easy as that. Well, we got some good AP out of that, though, so that's not too bad. So yeah, less eating for the whole party now basically means that we can kind of fly through battles a little bit quicker than before, because before I kind of had to think about, okay, are they in red HP? You know, how do I get them there? I had to kind of play around it a little bit, but now it's basically just, hey, it's a little more brain dead, I guess, so it's less strategic, but it's basically, hey, are they frightened? Yes, Devil Feast. No, kill them. So, I wonder if I should just Mirage on in this case. It might be a little more effective than Flame Breath, because Flame Breath has a chance of not hitting the Nagas, which is not ideal for me at all. Do I Devil Feast here? I have 2 press turns, I might as well. There we go. And then, do I have access to Mazanma? I do. Sure, why not? That gets rid of that, and then let's get rid of you. Very nice. Got a lot of Maka out of that battle, too. 6,000 Maka, so we're starting to get quite a bit. It's going to become to the point where we're going to need that kind of Maka, though, in order to fill out our mantra grid, but we're still at a point where we don't need a huge amount of it. It's just, you know, whoops. It's just that we will in the future. Okay, this looks like another hallway. I'm just trying to see which way I should go from here, basically. This leads to an empty room? Yes, it does. Okay. These guys must have first strike or something, because they keep ambushing me. I'll be out of blasts after this one, so I guess what I will do after this battle is, instead of just having Surf use his turn to use a blast and then let CeeLo transform, is I'll just pass and then let CeeLo transform, and then we'll Tornado Shot from there. Guess this is an indication that you should probably buy more of the of those items, then, isn't it? Not that it matters. We're doing pretty good, so. Even without having too many blasts in our inventory. But yeah, I'll make sure I buy a few more once we... I've really just been trying to save our money for mantras, but I mean, I'm not using all of my money on mantras, so... Okay, another elevator. So where does this one go before I go anywhere else? So that goes the 4th and the 5th floor. Got it. So, let's go back this way and see what's through that other hallway branch that I didn't go through over here first. Okay, that leads downstairs, which is probably good for me, because that means I can go and... plant the bomb on the next one. Okay, I forget if you were weak to this stuff. Probably not Curse. I mean, it's a Chatter Skull, right? Like, I wouldn't imagine they'd be weak to Curse. I probably should have put up some kind of a wall, though, to drain their... like, I'm anticipating him using, like, dark attacks, basically. You know. But I know that he's not weak to any of those things now. Skull Cleave, that's fine. He's probably not weak to Agilao because he wasn't a Nocturne, so... Okay, he now voids that. That's just great. I'll keep that in mind. Oh, killed him. Good. Yeah, Chatterskulls you gotta watch out for. If they're anything like they were in Nocturne, they have a self-destruct button. And it's not fun. Trust me on that one. Okay, Makakaja is fine. I could heal Surf right now, but let's get to Silo's turn. Let him zap somebody. Ooh, that's nice. Gotcha. And now that the gang's all here and we've got access to a whole bunch of different elements, we should be seeing more freezes and more, what would that be, shocks? It's not stuns. Stun is its own status. But yeah, we should be seeing more of those now, which will be good for us. Anybody get frightened from that? No. Well, that's okay. You don't have to get frightened. And yeah, I'm not going to be able to Devil Feast here, so just do that. Oh, we mastered Demon Beast. Nice. Feed Frenzy, Venom Fang, Ingest Mana. The big one, Ingest Mana. Let's see. What am I going to get rid of for that, though? I kind of really like the set that he has at the moment. Although Quick Escape, I guess I don't particularly need. Especially since I have it on Gale, right? Like, I don't need it on you as well. So we'll just set Ingest Mana for now. I do eventually want CeeLo to be the one to use Quick Escape out of anybody in the party, because he's going to be in our... like, once we start getting shared and mutual karma, CeeLo's going to be the one that... oh, I guess we're not setting anything down here after all. Okay. CeeLo's going to be the one that's in my battle party along with Heat. So... he'll, if we need to run away from battles, he'll be able to do that, but... yeah, we'll work on that. So, nothing doing on that part of the second floor just yet. No Mazanma for you, but Mazanma for you, so... nice. And we have one Frighten. Would it be better to just KO these guys? We get a lot of AP from KOing them, but there is one Frighten, so maybe it'd be okay to just Devil Feast on one of them. And then I'm not going to get the chance to do it again. I'm not going to get the chance to do Mazanma again. I didn't realize this until just as I was Devil Feasting because, well, I won't have enough press turns, but that's okay because I can just go like this. And potentially avoid most problems. This will get rid of 2 out of their 3 press turns, but okay, Force Drain is fine. I don't even care about Force Drain. Okay, and that'll get rid of that guy. And then I guess we just zap them with other things instead of with wind. Okay, so all I need to do now is I just need to find a place for CeeLo to switch his mantra around. So we'll do that, but first let's level Surf up, shall we? Give him the points he always gets, and what do we get? We got Vitality Boost, nice, that will help. I don't know where this is going to go, but oh, down to the second floor, okay, that works. A couple ways to go. This is a broken door. This is a not broken door. Maybe this will lead to a spot where we can set the charge. Here we go. Alright. Almost halfway there. Perfect. So now let's just get up to a different floor and see if we can't do something else. Okay, this one's going to be a little tricky because the Naga in the middle does not even give any cares at all about Zeo spells. I'm fairly certain he'll, like, probably just drain it if I try it. So instead of trying it, let's get rid of him first. And let the people who need to feast, feast. And pray to God they don't get a stomachache in the process. And then we'll just blast this guy into oblivion. There we go. The rate we're going, we'll be setting new mantras for everybody when we get to the next save point. So that's pretty good. Could go back to the old save point, but it's a bit of a walk at this point, so I'm sure they'll give me a new one. Well, I guess it's not that much of a walk, but I'm sure they'll give me a new one soon. Hey, Conker, it's going good. How's it going for you there? We are on the deserted ship. We are setting explosive charges as a trap for the brutes and for Bat. And we are almost halfway done with setting the charges, so we're getting there. Argila and Heat are out of the party at the moment. CeeLo, Surf, and Gale are setting the charges while they do some distracting and counterintelligence work. Well, it's not really counterintelligence what Heat's doing. He's just getting Sarah to... keeping Sarah safe while everybody else does this part of the work. Okay, what were you weak to? Was it Terra? It's not wind. I know that much. There we go. Okay. I might as well finish it off, Gale. Why not? And you'll be done with, what is it you working on? Spirit? Yeah. There you go. Just got back from getting some burgers for everyone. Nice, Conker. Nice. Sounds good. Hopefully they enjoy it. Everybody enjoys their burgers. Burger sounds kind of good right about now, not gonna lie. But I got an hour and 15 minutes left, so I must endure without it. It's okay. I'll be good. Ha! Ask and you shall receive, although I should probably get Surf finished off too, so we'll come back here in just a second. But for now, since we're going to be working on new mantras in a second anyway, let's give Gale something new and CeeLo something new. What do we got for Gale? For Gale, he's got Fear Spirit and Regular Spirit done. Ancient God? I'm working on Kichijio with Surf at the moment, but I guess it doesn't hurt to have two people working on it, since everybody wants it eventually. And for CeeLo, excuse me, he's done with Demon Beasts, and now he's also done with Battle Demon, which means I want Earth Shrine and Adamant for him, and then once I have those, we'll be in good shape. Adamant is this one down here, yeah. Okay. So that's that, and then Surf will come back for you in just a moment once you eat something with Devil Feast. I should probably save, actually, before I get too far ahead of myself and then get murked by something. That's just the Nocturne instincts kicking in, though. Again, this game hasn't murked me yet. There's been a few close calls in some cases, but I'm used to that. It's an SMT game, you know? Like, there'll be close calls in a lot of cases. Until you get to a certain point, and then the game usually... It's not that it falls apart at the seams, it's that you're usually decently prepared for most any challenge that you encounter. Of course, whether or not I'm prepared to encounter dynamic attack sheep is a good question. What would you even do to me? Light spells? I don't even know, man. I don't think he's weak to ice, because I think he nulls ice in Nocturne, so... Tornado Shot? Let's just test. Okay, I mean, that did good damage at the very least. Enemy combo attack, Materazi, so he's not weak to that. Got it. But we're not weak to that either, so I mean... That's probably not a good idea. Transform? Which one took the most damage? Probably the one on the right, but I'm going to just use Mazionga anyway and see what happens. Okay. Well, that takes care of that. And then... Yeah, you might as well transform, Gale. I mean, we're all pretty much there now, so... That's the part I'm more worried about, is the health thrust part. Yeah, it's called Kaiji in this version, but if you've played the Persona games, you probably recognize him more as Shisai, I think is how it's pronounced. It starts with an X, if I recall correctly, in the Persona ones. But Kaiji is the Chinese... it's the Romanized version of the Chinese pronunciation. Whereas Shisai, if I recall correctly, is the Japanese... It's the Romanized version of the Japanese pronunciation. So... Oh, got another one. And that means we're halfway home. Perfect. Alright, still haven't found your weakness. We tried wind. We know they're not weak to earth. We didn't try frost breath. Maybe they're just not weak to that. Maybe they're just weak to, like, Mudo. Which I wouldn't be entirely shocked by, to be honest with you, considering what they are and what they have a tendency to use. So, I guess we'll just spam. Can't hurt, right? That I'm okay with. That hurts a little, but that's okay. Just gotta get access to Miragi on here and we'll be in good shape. Okay, and Surf has mastered Kichijio, which means we can use the save point that's directly behind us and go from there. Let's see. I should probably heal, though, first. There we go. CeeLo's going to need to eat soon because he's getting a little low on his MP. What I wouldn't give for some Chakra Walk, but we don't have Chakra Walk yet. That's a level 4 mantra, so... Won't be getting that for a little bit yet. Especially not on CeeLo. He's still got a whole bunch of level 2s to work on. So, alright, Surf. Other than Kichijio, you were the one that just had the physical ones left now, right? Because you did Thrones a little while ago. So now it's just Ogre and Demon Lord. Okay. Let's go see which one of those I would prefer. Probably this one for first strike, because Heat's not in the party at the moment. The rest, I mean, they're okay, but Demon Lord's not that critical at the moment, so let's grab this. I think Double Slash will behave as our next, is it like a replacement for, actually, no, it's a hunt skill, isn't it? Yeah, that's what it looks like, unless Health Thrust also has, no, Health Thrust also has that indicator on it as a physical skill, but Double Slash may actually end up acting as our replacement for Health Thrust. It's just going to depend on which one does more damage. I gotta see if it's random damage or if it's more guaranteed. We'll see. Okay, whoops. Camera. There we go. Alright, so we set the charge on the 4th floor, and now we can just go up to the 5th with the elevator, and then we're in good shape. So we got to get one on the 5th floor, 6th floor, 7th floor, and 8th floor, and then we're going to be out of here. I think then we got to go all the way back down to the 3rd floor where that one section was that they wouldn't let me look at before. Oh, here comes Bat. Sure, that's going to work out great.
Bad Sarah isn't here, sucker.
Uh-oh.
Flying can't save your ass in here. There's no escaping this time. Why did you sell to not out?
Ask your idiot friend. He'd do the same thing. Oh, but you'll never see him again. Not after I devour you. Janana was delicious.
Probably shouldn't talk about her girlfriend like that.
No, you bastard!
Alright, Arjula, you picked this one-on-one fight. I hope you're ready for it. Yeah, I hope you're right, Conker. I hope you're right. It's just, she may have wanted to wait to pick that fight until we were there to help her, but okay, we'll see. Oh, there's a door that's working over here. Okay. That looks like a hallway with a lot of doors. Let's find a place that doesn't have that many options first. Limit our options before we go too far here. Okay, so Earth Weakness for you. I'm going to save your Devil Feast for CeeLo because I would rather that CeeLo eat and gain some mana back, basically. So let's do that. Oh, high counter. Great. I forgot about that. Right, that's fine. And then we'll Devil Feast you. Get some mana back. Thank you. Health Thrust is, I mean, it's not great for Gale, but it'll work. Alright, now Terra again. Okay, that works. CeeLo will get Mondo AP because he ate and he got whatever out of that battle. Okay, Earth Shrine's almost done, so I think we're going to go back to the 4th floor and we're going to let him fix his mantra in a second. Oh, if that was MP, it would have been much nicer, but that's okay. But CeeLo and Gale got their level ups, so that's good. Yeah, so we'll go back to the 4th floor, and we'll hit up that save point. I'm going to look at the room that's there on the right as well, just to see if there's less options in that direction than there are in the other direction where all those other rooms are, because those other rooms are probably passenger rooms, whereas the one that's on the right there may actually lead to where we're setting the charge. So, okay, we've been ambushed. Good thing I have a Magna Bomb from one of the battles we fought in here, because that'll make it a lot easier for people to transform. I don't want to Tornado Shot these guys because that will not work in our favor. Let's see here. These won't really work in our favor either. So, yeah, I might as well transform Gale. I don't really need CeeLo to Devil Feast here, though. Maybe I'll just toss out my attacking items. I mean, why not, right? Zandine. Okay. Normally Zandine would spook me a little bit, but, I mean, we're okay. Alright, now Terra this guy, because he's got the lowest HP. There we go. We don't want to deal with high counter, so... There we go. Good, good. And that will let CeeLo master Earth Shrines. Now he's got access to Matera and Earth Boost. Very good for him. Let's get him something else. I think he just needs Adamant at this level, and then he's done with his level 2s. So he sped right through those. And again, when you're eating as much as we do, it's not really a shock. And actually, his level 3s, he's in pretty good shape with his level 3s as well. He just needs Earth Temple, Kichijio, and Ancient God, and he's done with his level 3s, so he'll be right up to where everybody else is as well with that, so that's pretty good. Let's see. So yeah, CeeLo making himself useful already, which is pretty good. A lot of people don't like CeeLo, from my understanding. Like, I looked at some of the... like what people do with their party members, a couple of like different threads on forum boards, mostly game facts. And a lot of people are like, yeah, I never use CeeLo in my party because I'm afraid of him getting hit by ailment attacks because that's his weakness hit. And it's like, do enemies really use ailments that much? I mean, I don't know yet because I haven't played the whole game, but I mean, we've had some situations like in Anahata in the Citadel where we've gotten, the whole party's gotten charmed, but other than that, I can't really think of situations where that's a huge deal, you know what I mean? Like, where it's a big, huge problem. But, why don't we heal Gale? Because he's used a little bit of his, a little bit of his HP there on that Devil Feast. Okay, that's fine. And then, Terra, see if it kills him. Does not, but it does frighten him, so let's pass and let Surf do a little eating. He's gonna need it. Ogre probably costs a little more to finish up. Okay, CeeLo didn't get anything out of that battle, but that's okay. He'll work his way up. Adamant won't take too long, I don't think. Okay, up to the 5th floor. I should probably use a few chakra drops on CeeLo as well, just so that his MP is a little closer to topped off. I mean, I don't mind where it is, but I would prefer if it's a little higher, just so I have it, you know. So, well, first things first. There we go. Let's just top everybody off. And then CeeLo, use chakra drop 1 and 2. Yeah, that's good. I'll be okay with that. If he's weak to like Mudo skills, you understand, but ailments should be pretty manageable. Yeah, that's what I'm figuring. I'm figuring if we run into enemies where it's like I know they're going to use ailments, I'll just move CeeLo out of the party, you know what I mean? Like I'll just have somebody else come in, sub for him, and that should work okay. Eventually, we should gain access to some skills that will allow him to nullify most status ailments that we come across. So, like we already have access to Null Panic from Kichijio, from that mantra. So because of that, I would imagine if we keep going down that line, eventually he'll have access to everything from that line, which will make it much easier to just nullify everything, and then we'll be good. I mean, it takes up a skill slot for him to nullify that stuff, but I don't think we'll be encountering too many enemies or enemy groups where it'll be like, yeah, they use all the status ailments, you know what I mean? So. Okay. The only trouble with this party is that I'm not planning on having CeeLo or Surf. That's a rusted door. Not planning on having either of them do any healing mantras up, basically. They're not going to get anything past Dia, basically. And because of that, boy, if I had Void Ice right now, that'd be kind of nice. Because they're not going to have anything past Dia, it's going to make things a little bit tricky, I guess. At least for now, if I need to heal a lot, it's pretty much up to Gale and me Dia. But, I mean, we shouldn't have to worry about it too much. This formation of team members won't be a commonality for a while. So, you guys have Electric Drain up, so I'm just gonna go do other things instead. Oh, you're also weak to that. Well, that's good to know. How about if I Agilao you, and then we just Devil Feast the last guy. Don't even need the electricity, just use wind. Perfect. Yeah, I like CeeLo so far. He's pretty good so far as a party member. He's got, oh, that's a lot. Okay. He's got some good stuff going on. He's got good skills, and he's, you know, he's got decent stats. He'll make a good member for our party. This leads up to the 6th floor. Okay. Let's see if we can set something like here. Okay. That's a bunch of different areas. What's over here is the 7th floor. Okay. I'm going to have to go back in a minute, though, because CeeLo's about to master that thing. We'll worry about that later. So this is a nice and varied group of enemies with a whole bunch of different weaknesses that we will try to exploit to give ourselves some press turns. Shisai isn't particularly weak to anything. Do I have anything that I can, like, test his weakness to dark? Like that dark wall thing? I don't appear to. Okay, that's fine. Well, let's just sand him then. Yeah, if it's like a boss like the Reaper or something like that, then we would want to have a nullifier for every ailment. And I don't even know if that's a skill, to be honest. I haven't checked that far into the mantra grid, but if it is, I mean, and we encounter a boss like that, I'll definitely try to set that up for him, but yeah, I'm not really all that worried about it. We'll make it work. Let's see, am I going to get screwed by anybody here? No, I don't think so, because these guys are either just going to physical or Tarazi or Agilao, and unless they hit Surf with Agilao, it's not really going to be a problem for us. Really just trying to frighten this town, but I don't think he's gonna. He seems to be pretty dead set on not being frightened, so there we go. And that should master Adamant. Yep, perfect. Dream Haze, Foul Breath, Void Charm, Void Panic. So yeah, those Void skills will come in handy for his ailment problems as well. But It's not all that necessary. Okay, so we've made it to the 7th floor. We looked around a little bit on the 6th floor, and then the closest save point is the one that's way back down on the 4th floor, so... But we gotta go to the 5th floor anyway, in order to finish exploring around those passenger rooms down there, which, I mean, I don't think we checked to see if we could set a bomb down there. So let's go see if we can check down there and set a bomb, and then after that we'll go from there.
Advantage. Proceed.
Okay. There we go. That frightened him. And then... I guess I could just Dia Gale just to top him off real quick. And, I mean, I'm not going to pass up a second meal since I've only got the one press turn left. Well, Gale might master Kichijio just from this fight. If not, he'll be damn close. Yeah, there we go. I usually don't eat twice with Devil Feast, but if I hadn't eaten twice there, I would have... he would have gotten to attack, and I just wanted to avoid that if I could. Less resources that I use, you know what I mean? So, okay, so back here, we'll go down to the 4th floor, we'll get some new mantras, and then we'll go from there. I'm just going to do this real quick, get the press turns. You can always have a different party member and seal his position in the beginning of a dungeon to hopefully figure out what ailments enemies have. That's a good point, yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. We could always do that to make it a little easier on ourselves. Do I want to use my 2 press turns to Miragion and then Devil Feast the guy? Not particularly. Guess I'll just Zanma one of this She-size. So Surf can Devil Feast this guy. And then... I don't really got a whole lot going on for CeeLo, so I guess we'll just blast the field. I'm not really too worried about the reinforcements, although I suppose they could get out of hand after a while if we don't, you know, do that, basically. Where we're just blasting the whole field with spells to hopefully take them all out eventually. Like that. Okay, Surf's getting closer. He's almost at a level up as well, so that'll be good. So we'll probably end up checking out the passenger rooms, and then we'll still be going back to the 4th floor anyway. Because Surf will master Ogre by the time we're done in the passenger rooms at the rate we've been going with mastering these mantras. So, let's see. Yep, just there. Oh, okay. Don't even get 1 foot out the elevator. Okay, that's fine. Since we have the advantage, let's Mazuyanga them, and then Shockwave also seemed to work okay, so... although, with this configuration, Surf can Devil Feasts once, at least, so... I would rather he do that if I can get the opportunity. And then we can finish them off. Okay, Surf is close to mastering Ogre, and he leveled up. Good. I'm going to do this, actually. Since we got the extra point of Vitality at the last level, I'm just going to do this so that eventually... we're at 35 now, so if we get to 55 now, basically what the stats would have been, if I hadn't gotten the Vitality point at the last level, is Strength would have been at 55, 47, Vitality 45, and then Magic 63. But since we got the extra point, now it'll be 47, 45, 64. And having that extra magic will be very helpful for him. It will come in more handy than the other stats anyway. Like, strength isn't bad, but he'll gain access to power charge eventually, so he can overcome the fact that his strength is middling. But magic, you can get access to mind charge later in the game, but it's like way at the end of the mantra grid. And I don't even know if I'll get that far, so... We'll see. Okay. To the save point. Excuse me again. My lunch is attacking me again. I've been taking more papaya enzyme lately, though, which is a very good natural... It's more natural than, like, you know, Tums or another form of calcium carbonate. And it's also good for any stomach ache issues where you have, like... trapped gas or anything like that. It's not good for your stomach or anything in that department. So CeeLo, I have one thing for you and one thing only, and that is Earth Shrine. Or not Earth Shrine, Earth Temple. You already did Earth Shrine. Because Tarazi will be very nice for us there. So that's that. Now, Surf, you're still working on Ogre. Gale, you're done with Kichijio. And Fierce Spirits, and Regular Spirit. So Ancient God is next for you, and then you'll be doing Evil Spirit, because it's a little more expensive than the rest. So, alright. And, yeah, so that should be good. Again, we'll probably end up checking out the passenger rooms, then Ogre will be mastered by the time we're done checking them out, so we'll come back down here, and we'll get Surf a new mantra, we'll get him Demon Lord, and then we'll go from there. Yeah, really, the only person that I think will be a little behind on their mantras by the time they get back in the party is going to be Arjula, I think. Because she is going to be... You wouldn't be weak to guns by any chance, would you? Well, I got a critical, so I guess that's helpful. I'm just going to shoot this guy to death. Never mind, I'm not going to because I missed. Sure, why not? What was the thing? Yeah, I think Arjula will be a little bit behind on her mantras just because she won't be back in the party for a little bit. And, well, basically when she gets back in the party, she's still working on her level 3s, whereas we're going to be basically up to our level 4s by the time we're done here. So, I shouldn't have fucked around with this guy because he can summon reinforcements. Oh, that's my bad. Oh, well. What can you do, right? I got 2 people transformed now. Okay, so why don't you two take care of this while Surf stands pat for a little bit. There we go. Okay. Out of this room, over here. And back up to the 5th floor. So passenger rooms, then we'll go to the 6th floor, check around there. Go to the 7th floor, check around there. And then we're almost done with the bombs at that point. We've just got a couple more left after that, and we're good to go. Actually, I think if we do the one on the 5th floor here, we'll have 3 left. Then we'll have just the 6th floor, 7th floor, and then the 8th floor, and then we'll be able to go make sure Arjula doesn't get herself into too much trouble upstairs with Bat there. I'm just going to transform everyone except Surf, actually. And the reason why I'm not going to transform Surf is because he's weak to Aguilau, which these guys can use. So rather than give him an extra press turn, let's just take care of business. I'm thinking now, I'm using my brain cells, hopefully effectively. There we go. Oh, figures, right? I try to avoid the reinforcements and they show up anyway. Oh, well. I could have Matera set at this point, and that would probably be more helpful than what I've got. Let's see here. I'm going to toss a wind wall. It'll help a little bit, I think. I don't think I want a blizzard shot. I think I'm just going to transform with this press turn. There we go. Still nothing, huh? Well, fine then. Didn't even die. Okay. Yeah, so this will eat the rest of their turns up. Yep, there we go. And then we just spam things and use Terra effectively. Man, that hit like nobody. Yeah, it was explicitly because I said something about it. Yep, absolutely. Figures, right? Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have CeeLo Devil Feast here because he needs the MP more than anything else. So. And I should probably also heal at some point. I'll do that with Gale's turn here. And that actually is perfect, because that means Surf will get a chance to Devil Feast as well. Nice. Well, we got a bunch of extra AP out of it, so you know what? I'm actually okay with the reinforcements showing up if that's what they're going to do. Alright, so dead door. Not dead door. Probably most of these will just be treasure rooms, I would imagine. Maybe that's what the ship looked like when it was in full form, this up here. Doesn't let me inspect it, though. So, pretty fancy rooms, though, I'll tell you what. Trying to think if I want to fight this one, having been ambushed, and also what the configuration is here. Let's see. Do this. Yeah, I'll fight it. Why the heck not? Okay, so he's going to be frightened, but that won't matter this turn. Okay, that's fine. They kind of spread the damage out, which is actually fairly nice of them, frankly. I should set Matera up, though, for CeeLo. I feel like it'd be more useful than what I've got. Although Tarazi will be fine then, because then I'll have access to, if I set Bufula and Tarazi, then I can access Ma Tarazi. So then it'll be a little more useful than what we've been doing. I think this guy's almost dead, so I'm just gonna, yeah, do that. See if I can get rid of him. You're hitting the wrong person if you're doing that, sir. That's not really gonna help you. Okay, no frighten, that's fine. We'll just blast away. And almost done with Ogre, and almost got levels, too. Okay, let's see what else is here. Another open door, and then that's probably where we set the charge, is over in that direction there. But first, let's grab this bad boy after I get ambushed. No, didn't get ambushed. They might get the first turn still, but okay, they didn't do that either. You guys are slacking. Let's see here. I'm going to use this opportunity to heal a little bit. There we go. Yeah, I really should set Bufula, shouldn't I? It would probably give me access to several other things that would be more useful than what I've got at the moment. And then... yeah, why not? Might as well use this last one. Okay. And also okay, because it's not Surf. Perfect. You know, I haven't tried Terra on these guys because I don't anticipate they'll be able to cast it and still be weak to it, but I mean, I guess it couldn't hurt to try it at some point. Maybe I will. Okay, so CeeLo and Gale leveled up. CeeLo got magic, that's the important part. Got full HP, good. And Gale got vitality and magic as well, so both of those are good. Excuse me. So what do we got in here? A theory cell, that's a new one. Probably sells for quite a bit, too. Okay. I'm happy with that. Now, that's the wrong way. Let's go here. See if we set a bomb here. We probably will, but we got to get there first. After this one. Let's check in here first. Ah, another save point. Nice. I'll keep this in mind because we... let's see. Because Surf's almost done with Ogre, so we'll probably be coming back into this room like after the next battle, so no big deal though. That's true. Yeah, there were a few things, I think, at least 2 or 3 enemies in P5 where they cast something that they were weak to, so that's a fair point. Yeah, I don't remember the name of it either, but yeah, I'm pretty sure you're correct. I'm pretty sure it was a thing, so yeah, we'll check it out. Yeah, I hate when that only gets one hit. It sucks. Yeah, okay, well, good thing I checked, because that worked pretty effectively. And, yeah, just Flame Breath again. Okay, so I gotta remember, Materazi works on the Shisais. Got it. Avalanche. That's fine. I don't think... nobody's weak to Earth out of our 5 party members, are they? Because CeeLo's not weak to it himself, so... that means that we never have to worry about putting up an Earth repellent. I mean, I guess we could if the enemy's gonna, like, murder me with it, but... how often is that gonna happen? Okay, so definitely want to prioritize getting CeeLo done with Earth Temple so that he can put Tarazi on. And we can have access to Materazi, because it'll be useful. Well, we got double slash, counter, and first strike for Surf, though, so that's pretty good. Let me set a couple of things for you. Specifically, I want to set first strike. Counter's not so useful for us for right now. Maka Jam hasn't really come in handy for us just yet, so I'm just going to set first strike instead. And I'm going to actually leave that up there. And then we'll also set... whoops. We'll also set Bufula, I think. And we'll set that up here. Flame Breath hasn't exactly been the most useful thing at the moment, but I mean, it's coming in pretty good for us. It's doing pretty good damage at the very least, so that's fine. Let's see. I'm going to set Matera for you for now. Regular Terra is nice, but Matera will be more useful until we get access to Tarazi. And I think, other than that, we're good to go. I'm probably just going to have Gale heal real quick. We're all starting to run a little low on our MP. I probably should have kept those, what's it called? Those noise items, but I did not. It's okay. We got plenty of healing, though. We've got all this stuff here, so it's not like we've got to worry too much about it. I'm a little leery about using my Soma drops because I don't think you can get those anywhere else in the game. So for now, I guess we'll just use chakra drops to keep ourselves topped off. We've got a few of them, and they still drop from battles sometimes, so... let's see. I can top CeeLo off. Okay, so let's see if this sets a charge. It's probably the charge room. Yep. Okay. And then we'll go back to the save point that's directly next to this room, and we'll set something new for Surf. I think we just have, what's it called? Demon Lord left. Uh-oh. We've been spotted! That's what you think. Good thing they'll never live to tell their friends about the trap, eh, CeeLo? Okay, so 3 Chatter Skulls. Nice, nice dodge. That'll work. I have a thought about this particular combination of enemies here. And the thought is attack mirror. We can't currently do anything about physicals other than that. But, like, we don't have Void Fizz yet. That's a little bit further down the line in the physical skills department. But since we have that... Okay, you shield Terra, so I'll move Dune. Okay, well, this could be a problem. Let's see if they try to hit me physically. Void Expel. So probably they're just weak to Hama, then, I would imagine. Okay, that worked okay, at the very least. And now, I think if I recall correctly, you shield against Bufu as well. So, let's see if you shield against this. Nope. And the one guy's almost dead, so let's shockwave him, see if we can get him there. Okay, they resist wind, according to the amount of damage that they did just there. But that's okay. Gale, let me top you off. In case one of these guys decides to explode. Void Force, that's fine. And then this, yeah, I'm not worried about that. Let's see. Let's just do that. See, those are our offensive potential here, which is pretty good for us. Okay, well, gonna take advantage. If I didn't, I'd be playing the wrong game. Alright, and then take care of you. Nice. That went alright. Again, they're probably just weak to Hama, which means I could have Mahama, which would probably help out for getting us press turns, but... How many Chatter Skulls do we really encounter where that's a necessity, you know? But then it might not be bad to do that instead of Flame Breath. I mean, Flame Breath is nice when I need to just blast the enemies with it, but Then again... I guess we could try it. No, I really kind of want to leave it. It's fine. We'll be fine without it. And then we just get into a battle with 5 Chatter Skulls and they all explode. Just my luck. Hey, SB, welcome. How's it going? Just got out of D&D. Nice. Out of D&D and into the game about the demons eating other demons. That will work. How you doing? We are on the deserted ship. We are setting a trap for the brutes and also setting a trap for Bat, who has been a thorn in our side for too long. So now we're going to hopefully beat him up after we're done setting the explosive charges to take out a good swath of the brutes and blow them up with the ship. But Arjula is currently fighting Bat by herself, which may not work out for her, so hopefully we'll get done with setting these charges soon so we can go help her, because Lord knows she could probably use the help. And if most of that flew over your head, don't worry, it'll all make more sense when we're done here. So, alright, let's see. So now we've explored the rest of the 5th floor, so let's go up those stairs there. We'll get to the 6th floor and we'll see what we can find. And then 7th floor, and see if we can set a charge there. Then it's just the 8th floor, and then we're good to go. And I could use an Estoma spray, I guess, but we're making good time on these mantras, so I'm kind of okay with just fighting and more fighting, you know? Gives me the opportunity to learn a few things that I did not know before, in-game, that is. Sure, Matera will work perfectly on this encounter, actually. Yeah. As you can see... Thank you. Which one would I want to Aguilau out of all of you? Do I just Flame Breath? I guess I just Flame Breath. Potentially do a whole bunch of damage with Matera. And, Gale, you're eating twice again. There you go. Perfect. And Conquer's Twin is here as well. Welcome. 6 days left for me to prepare. Prepare for the inevitable. But what is the inevitable? We'll find out. Welcome. We are just making our way through the deserted ship at the moment. Trying to take care of a thorn in my side real quick, and then we'll go from there. In your character's homeland, which, you being you, is a bunch of clans of werewolves, and just overthrew a corrupt clan leader to get that clan on your side in the coming war. Nice! Nice. Sounds like a productive day, I'll tell you what. Hopefully it all works out for you, and they don't try any fancy double crosses. That would not be good. Oh, look, a healing terminal. I will take it, because I could use the MP. And have to pay out the nose for it, but that's okay. Alright. Let's see here. So... let's just check over here. Well, only one place to go here on the 6th floor now, so probably, yeah, it's going to be just another charge setting room. So, how long did we put the timer for on these things? Like, we've been kind of meandering a little bit. Is it okay that we're meandering? Well, we aren't going to run into any problems if we keep meandering, are we? Probably not. It's fine. We'll be fine. Okay, more guys that I can have CeeLo blast with multi-target spells. I like it. And we got one Frighten. I would like to get more than one Frighten if I can, and if I can't, I'd like to just... does Aguilau do anything to these guys? I forget. I'm going to find out. It just kills them. That's fine. And Devil Feast for CeeLo. Get me that Tarazi. Please and thank you. Probably another couple of battles. Oh, nope. Actually, never mind. He got it right away. Perfect. Tarazi. We got it. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Alright. Set Tarazi for you, and we'll be in great shape. Matera would be fairly useful there, but now that I have access to Tarazi, I can just cast Materazi if I have Bufala set. I think that's how it works. And I can check the combo, actually, as well. See what it is. It's actually Aguilau, so that's even better. Because Surf's got Fire Boost, so that'll help a little bit there. Okay. Good, good. So now we have access to all the level 2s because we've got all the spells available to our party members. So that's great. Now we just got to work on the level 3s eventually, and that's I'm saying all these numbers, but the level 3 skills are available from the level 4 mantras, so... Yeah, probably at least an hour. That way it gives me plenty of time to, you know, wander around the ship and collect up on stuff. That sort of thing. Okay. I'm just going to top myself off real quick right here. It cost a little bit of pocket change, but that's okay. And then... Got to think if I want to head back up to the... What would it be the 7th floor? Yeah, it would be the 7th floor. We haven't seen what's up there yet. There may be another save point up there because we haven't seen one since the 6th or the 4th floor. We're on the 6th floor. So, since that's the case, I'm going to take a chance and say we'll go to the top there. So you guys don't really care for much of anything other than Mazionga. And Shockwave you resist. But, might do 2 hits, which will do pretty good for us. And then maybe this will KO you? No. Okay, well, we might get blown up on, but that's okay. Skull Cleave is fine. And then you shield against physicals, if I recall correctly. No, that's the phantoms. Well, I'm just going to do this anyway. There we go. Good work, CeeLo. Surf's almost at a level up. That's good. And we got 2 directions to go here. Where's the closest door? Because that'll probably be the one that has the save point. I'm going to go this way. Okay, around squared off room. Let's see what's in here. That looks like another path forward. So instead of that, let's go this way instead. Okay, I have access to Materazi now, right? Yep. Okay, let's do it then, CeeLo. Perfect. And now, you don't want a Devil Feast now, actually, because you're at a mastery level, so you don't need a Devil Feast. I don't know why I just did that to that guy when I'm going to be eating him in a second, but whatever. And I could Agilao the other guy, but that's okay. I still have Electric Drain on you, right? Yeah. Well, if he hits Surf, I won't need to heal after this. Okay, Void Fire is fine. Because I got Bufula, and that should work okay. Yeah, it worked pretty okay. And then Tarazi, because you're not particularly resistant to it. Okay, another level up. We're just working our way up on these levels, aren't we? There we go. And we got MP recovery. Nice. A little late for that, but I'll take it when I can get it, you know? There we go. And now we just gotta see what's in here. That also looks like the way forward, so I guess we're gonna go up instead. This floor is gonna be complicated, isn't it? You may notice now that we're not really getting ambushed too much. It's probably got something to do with the fact that I equipped First Strike on Surf there. Seems like it's coming in pretty handy for us. Materazi! Okay, that's one that's frightened, so I can just take advantage of that real quick. And we still have 2 press turns with which to take advantage of the other ones. Nice. Agilao reinforcements? Yeah, I had a feeling he was going to do that. That's okay. I can handle that. What would the layout be if not complicated? Good question. Not this game, probably. I'll take that, thank you. Well, Gale's almost done with Ancient God, Surf's almost done with Demon Lord, and then we'll be working on level 4s. Except for Gale, he'll still be working on Evil Spirit, but Surf will be on his level 4s, I think. Although I could have Surf work on Zan for the party layout. Oh, okay. Voices can be heard from upstairs. Okay. Well, that's not good. I would prefer not, actually, to be there. I would prefer to find a save point before I go up there. It's probably a forced encounter up there, probably. If I had to guess, that would be what I would say would be up there. Nope, reinforcements. They must have gotten their position ready before we even got there. That's fine. Man, 230 damage. Surf, you're crazy, man. All that magic is paying off. I did not get any frightens from that, but that's okay. The other guy does high counter, and I don't know if this Shisai has high counter as well, so I'm just gonna pretend like he does. Excuse me. See, CeeLo, you could have been weak to Earth like that guy. He's got wings, and I mean, technically he isn't floating off the ground like you are, but he's got wings and he's still weak to Earth. But it's fine. That's the stairs that little jut out there. So, aha! My due diligence has been rewarded. And probably one of the hallways that we went to would lead to this point here, so, okay. Let's check out the terminal. Yeah, it wouldn't be this game without it, exactly. Alright, who's where here? So you're getting there, you're almost done, but you're done with Earth Temple, and I want you working on more level 3s. Kichijio and Ancient God, and Kichijio is probably the best one for you to start with here because it gets you a nullifier for one of the statuses that you're weak to. Also, I'm fairly certain CeeLo's weakness does not account for physical attacks that have statuses attached to them. I don't think he's weak to those. I think he's specifically weak to attacks that are the element of the status ailment, which would mean like Tentara Fu or like Maka Jam. What was that one? Sonic Wave that they just used not too long ago. Those are the kinds of attacks that he's weak to. But he's not particularly weak to the ones that are just physical attacks with a chance to cause a status. As far as I know, anyway. I don't know that for sure, but I would probably... I think that's fairly safe to say that. Because if it was physicals as well, it'd be a little ridiculous, I think. Okay, and that's fine. Let's see. We want a Matarazi here. We got 2 frightens. Okay, so you want to feast because you got a new mantra. Good. And then Gale wants to feast because he can work on a new mantra after this. Good. Okay, now pass and then regular Tarazi, and then let's go home. After this guy dies. We kind of got to wait for that first. Okay, that works. Oh, so you have like a little horn inside of your Spartan helmet there. Nice. I didn't see what he used as his weapon the last time. I wasn't paying enough attention. Not that we're going to have CeeLo attack all that often, but, you know. I was just trying to get to Gale's turn so I could meet Dia. But I guess I could do it now. There you go. And Gale's done with Ancient Gods. Let's set something new for him. Get mantra. Okay, Gale. You want Evil Spirit now, yes? Yes, 25k, so it's a little on the expensive side. It gives us Death Resist, which is not too bad. I would rather Null Death, but, I mean, we have Void Death for that at the moment, but... Well, basically, I wanted to have Evil Spirit because if we look at the whole grid here, there's a skill at the end here that requires him to be done with both the dark skills and the light skills here. Like, you have to have mastered all of the ones in this line and all the ones in this line to access this node. So I want him to gain access to that eventually, along with... Am I having CeeLo do that as well? Yes, I'm having CeeLo do that as well, but CeeLo has an advantage because CeeLo actually is done with Evil Spirit already, as you can see by this. So he's got a bit of an advantage on Gale in that department, but yeah, I mean, CeeLo will have to do Ancient God, so he won't be working on his level 4s probably until... Well, it depends. They'll probably end up getting there close to the same time. But that's okay. We'll figure it all out. No big deal. Alright, so let's go finish exploring the 7th floor, and then we'll go see if we can't be a bit of a welcoming party for those crazy guys up there. See what they've got going on. Thinking about it, do I want Mazionga now that I can just do that? I mean, on CeeLo. Now that I can just do that with multiple party members, or would I rather use Mahama? Because Chatter Skulls are weak to Mahama. And I've still got Shockwave on Gale, which I don't particularly need now. But do I have anything else that I would want him to equip instead? Could have him equip Diorama, but he really doesn't need it all that badly. Maybe Mapatra wouldn't be a bad idea. Watch this, like, bite me in the ass in the next battle, basically. Ah, well. Oh, look, another fancy chest. What's in here? Still haven't found the trap chest in this area yet, but there's an organic cell in here, so that's probably going to sell for a good chunk. Yeah, there's probably a trap chest somewhere near the end of the dungeon, I would imagine. I mean, we're pretty close at the moment, but I don't know. Usually it's one of those yellow ones rather than these purple ones, but... Okay, Revival Gem is nice. I'll take it. Ooh, almost missed this guy. What we got in here? And 3 chakra drops. Nice. That'll replace a few of the ones that I've been using. Oh, it's warped. I didn't see. And that one looks warped as well, so we ain't getting in that one. Looks like an Aguilau Materazzi show from here. You frightened? No, you're not. Okay, that's fine. Then get Earthed on, son. Here we go. Yeah, why not? I'm gonna have Surf do it, but Gale can do it. And then Aguilau Tarazi, and that should be all she wrote for this guy. Or just Aguilau, that works too. Good job, Surf. And Gale leveled up. Nice. CeeLo will be right behind him in the next battle. What are you getting? HP recovery. Good. You didn't need the MP, so the HP is nice. Okay, so now we've kind of connected the dots here, as you can see. This is where that other room would have led to. So now let's go down here, because it probably leads to where we're going to set the charge. And then we've only got, what, 1 more to go? 1 or 2? Okay, 2 doors. Many doors, Ed boy, yes! Oh good, I found the charge place. Okay, 1 left to go. Uh-oh. Wow. Kill them! I wonder what radio transmission they got that they were so spooked by. Okay, these guys look a little different. Now, we know what the Phantoms are weak to. And they just, you know, prevented us from doing anything with it. But do we know what you're weak to? Grr. Yeah, that's the sound I'm making right now. I mean, I don't know particularly, but I guess we can test. What's the worst that could happen? He voids it. Does Mahama work on... I'm gonna check. Phantoms are sometimes weak to light, so okay. That helps. If we can't force them, then we can at least use that on them. And yeah, force doesn't work, so let's do this instead. Oh, your weakness is that. Okay, perfect. Well then, goodbye. You're no longer a problem. And then, well, these guys are almost dead, so I'm not gonna get around to Gale's turn. Let's just ration Surf real quick. Give him a little extra HP. I probably should have avoided death, huh? Yeah, I probably should have avoided death. Well, this is a fine kettle of fish that we found ourselves in now, isn't it? Revive CeeLo, because he's got Void Death, so... Okay, Force Drain is fine. Blood Curse is not fine, but I'll fix that in a moment. Okay, so Gale's cursed. Void Death first and foremost, so that they can't just do all of that again. Yeah, you know what I should have avoided? Death. Yeah, that would have been helpful now, wouldn't it? Okay, let's just get... Oh, wait, hang on. I can't do that yet, because Surf's not going to have... He's not going to have Void Death up if I revive him now. So, we'll just Void Death on this turn. And then I have an idea, I have a plan, not to worry, so we will do this. Okay, they're frightened now, which actually lets me finish this fight quickly. Do I want to finish it with Surf dead, though? He doesn't get... I Devil Feasted, so I can't really finish it with him dead, even though they're frightened. So... I'm going to use my gem on Gale's turn. I'm going to pass and use it on Gale's turn. And then we'll pass with Surf. And we'll go back to CeeLo's turn and we'll Void Death again. And hopefully this will re-frighten them so that I can Devil Feast them next turn. Yeah, it re-frightened them. Perfect. So Surf already ate this fight, so we'll just let him pass it along to somebody else. Thank you. And then, Gale, you're last up. Very good. So that went a little roughly, but once we got it all under control, it was fine. It's just that lack of voiding death, you know? That CeeLo leveled up. He got some stats. That's pretty good. I didn't see what was over here yet, so I guess we'll go check it out now. Yeah, just an empty room by the looks of things. Alright, that's fine. Did I explore the whole room? Is it all filled out? Yeah, it is. Okay. Alright, so now we just got to go back to the save point, and then we'll head upstairs and we'll see what they've done about fortifying their position. And then we'll set the last charge on the 8th floor and we'll be good to go. And we can go make sure Argela's not dying. Let's see, so you, as we've established, are weak to this. You are frightened, and Gale's gonna eat you. Gale's done pretty well for himself so far with these Devil Feasts, though. He hasn't had any... I don't think he's had any stomach aches at all in the game, so that's pretty good. I'm probably gonna work on getting the Holy Beast mantra done like ASAP for everybody, though, once we get up to the level 4s, because Holy Beast is the one that has AP Divide, but it also has Iron Stomach. And Iron Stomach is going to be a godsend in these dungeons. I just know it. Okay, let's do that. Get CeeLo a little MP back. That'll work. You know what? I'll Medea. Just so I can top everybody off. I don't got to worry about it after the battle. And if he called reinforcements, I wasn't particularly worried about it, so... Okay. That'll work. Yeah, we're all doing pretty good on our mantras, so... Save here before we get into that other forced encounter. And then we'll be good. Actually, if I recall correctly, that Gur guy that we fought is also in Nocturne, and you can get him by evolving a certain demon, but I think he's also weak to electricity in Nocturne as well, which sucks because the demon that you evolve him from is, I think it's Saparna, and it's not weak to anything, and it voids or repels or drains force, so it kind of seems like a downgrade to me personally, but I mean, I don't know. No, he didn't get a first strike here. That's okay. Nice dodge, Gale. So I want to get around to Surf's turn so that he can transform. I forget what you need to use Miragion, but I think you need to use... I think you need to use wind in order to do it, so... I guess I could use this last bolt wall that I've got. Not like I'm going to need it all that badly. They're in my inventory, so I might as well use them, you know. avoid all that. Okay, Miragion is in fact a Gale thing, so okay, that's fine. What else we got in here? Nothing that I particularly care about. Alright. How about we just Tarazi one of them, I guess? Because Zionga would not work out in our favor, so... Oh, I'm not going to have enough to, I'm not going to have enough press turns to Miragion here. I got to be a little more tactical than this. I should probably be putting Gale in the middle, because he seems to be the one that combos with a lot of people, along with CeeLo. Yeah, about that, friend. Not this day. Alright, Conquer, we'll see you in a minute. Go get your laundry. And let's do this. Kichijo will be done pretty soon for CeeLo at the rate we're going. I'm not going to get a chance to Miragion, so I guess I'll just top myself off. There we go. I can, however, do this. Because that's still set for some reason. Alright, that works. Yep, so CeeLo will probably be done with Kichijo very soon. Maybe even after this next fight. It's going to be happening, like, right up here. So you're making me wonder here, game, whether or not... Do I have another way to the 8th floor, other than this? Have I explored everywhere else? Looks like it, yeah. Unless I'm going back down to the 2nd floor, which I may just do to go over it. Did I ever finish with that room? No, that's just a small room. Okay, that was just a small room with a treasure in it. Never mind. And, yeah, looks like we finished everything else up before we go up there, so... And that is where the elevator was originally, so we could go there, and then we're going to head out of the ship after we're done finding Argila, so, okay. I'm ready. Let's go do it. Let's see what we got waiting for us up here. Aha! Not the bulk of their forces, but there's a few of them here at the very least. Okay, that is, which one is that? Is that Fuki or Suiki? I think that's Suiki. It's one of them. Let's see. It is, yeah, Suiki. Okay, he's weak to fire. There's no question or doubt in my mind that he's weak to fire. If I had Void Ice, I'd probably use it. I think I have an Ice Wall that I could use, but I mean, this works. Do I top myself off with the turn? Yeah, I'll top myself off and then use an Ice Wall, because there's only 2 of them now, so... I think I have an Ice Wall. Yeah, I do. Okay. I'm going to use it then. Yeah, about that. Nope. The enemy's frightened. Did I get both of them? I did get both of them. Hell yeah. Everybody eat! Alright. Go for it, Gale. Nice. Feeding time! As that one guy would say. Ooh. I like that. Theory Cell, 36,000 Maka just about, and 2 Mastered Mantras. Okay, Ingest, Power Wave, Mute Blow. CeeLo got Stun Sphere, Void Poison, Void Mute, Null Panic. Very good, very good. So that takes care of them. Where are we with relation to that? Okay, so we're not too far away. I need to go back downstairs, though. Hit the save point up so we can fix these mantras so we can get some new ones together. I might as well top everybody off with my MP there. I don't think I got anything for Surf that I would particularly want to set. I mean, I got Ingest, but if I recall correctly, it's not as good as Devil Feast for us. Power Wave isn't bad, though. It's physical damage to everybody. So, I mean, you know how good that is from just watching the, what's it called, do it to us. The Valkyries do that to us, so. Hang on. Oh, okay, so Ingest is the next level of Devil Feast. Okay, interesting. I'm not planning on having everybody get all the way up through the physical stuff to get to, what did we learn that from, Demon Lord? But, I mean, if it's a higher chance, I guess I might as well stick it on Surf. Can't hurt, right? And actually, Mute Blow might be our swap around. Yeah, see, this is random enemies, so it's a little bit, it's not so good. Mute Blow is pretty nice, though, because it deals damage relative to your HP, which means it's just based on your strength and vitality. It hits one enemy, and it has a chance to mute, which is pretty good. Power Wave will be our, it'll be our replacement for Vile Blade, though. Vile Blade's okay because the damage relative to HP and Heat and Surf both have high HP, so they can take advantage of that. But Power Wave probably does more damage, pound for pound. I think it has a higher damage multiplier, if I recall correctly. I haven't looked at the list in a little while, but I think that's how it works. So, alright, mantras. So Gale's still working on Evil Spirit, so we'll let him do that for a little bit. Surf can use a new one. And he's moving along. He's moving to the level 4s, if I recall correctly. CeeLo's going to do Ancient God next, so he's going to be good there. Yep, Surf, you are moving on, my friend. Moving on to bigger and better things. Now, here's the real question. Do I get Holy Beast for him first, or do I do Outer God so he can get Chakra Walk? Because both of those are, like, high priority. Of course, they're all very expensive. Or, hang on. Very expensive. So it's a little bit of a problem for us there, for our pocketbooks. Outer God is also 50k, but here's, again, there it is there. Mana bonus is nice, but Chakra Walk is nicer, so. And like I said before, every certain number of steps with Chakra Walk, you will recover MP. So that comes in pretty handy. It'll be like Ingest Mana for us, except we don't have to eat to get our MP back. We'll just get the MP back naturally over time as we walk around. But I think I'm going to prioritize Holy Beast for now because we're still eating things. So while we're still eating things, it's okay that I, just do this because if we need mana, I can just ingest mana, So, okay, goodbye to my pocketbook. Yeah, that's going to be a hell of a thing pretty soon. We're going to need quite a bit of money put together, but that's okay. You want Ancient God next. There we go. And Gale's going to be working on his level 4s after this, correct? Done with Fear Spirit, done with Kichi-Jo, done with Regular Spirit, done with Ancient God, and he'll be done with Evil Spirit soon. So yeah, he'll be working on his level 4s after this. So it'll be basically, for the rest of my party members, since Surf is basically going to be in the party for the entire game, I'm going to have everybody else kind of work on they're gonna get Holy Beast and they're gonna get their Chakra Walk from Outer God and everything. But they're also gonna work on the Mitama and Soul Mantras, which will let them get the shared or mutual Karma skills, so that they can be out of the party and still get full benefit out of it. For as far as our EXP, our Karma goes. So now I have a decision to make. Is it worth it to go a little further in the dungeon in the 8th floor to see if I can find another save point? Or should I just call it a day here? Because I don't think we're going to get done with the boss fight today that I'm sure is coming up soon. It's a good thing I left Tarazi on Argila there so that she could take advantage of it against Bat when he decides to guard. Okay, so Matarazi. Get some Frightens. Okay, we got 2. Nice. You're still working on level 3s, so why don't you eat? And then Gale can eat. Let's get the level 3s done, you know what I mean. Yeah, almost, Gale. Almost. I'll hang around here for a minute so we can max that out for him. Okay, transform for you. Probably I'm just going to end up transforming with everybody. I mean, I'm going to Tarazi with CeeLo so I can get a little prior damage off. But most likely he'll either hit me with a physical or he'll get some reinforcements going here, so. It's not a big deal, though. We'll be fine. I would like to frighten him so that Gale can eat him and guarantee that he'll learn Evil Spirit, but... Oh, okay. I was going to say. Ask and you shall receive, apparently, but I'm going to... Okay. I was going to say, but I'm going to get a stomachache now, right? But nope. Didn't even happen. Gale knows what he's doing. Okay, Mamudo, Stone Gaze, Curse, and Death Resist. Good. So that takes care of that. Now, let's head back to the save point. We'll get Gale a new mantra. He can start working on Holy Beast as well. And then we'll go from there.
Proceed.
Alright. So you don't need to eat anything right now because you're done with Evil Spirit. Surf could eat. Ingest. There we go. And then, CeeLo, you can just do this. That'll work. Might not even need ingest because, I mean, it starts with high odds, which probably means that if it's high, and high is, I mean, of course, relative to the game that we're talking about, but usually when it's a fatal skill, it starts at a 30%, like Devil Feast does, and then them being frightened triples the odds, which means it would be at 90%. So if ingest is higher than that, even if it's just at 40%, that means that ingest is a guaranteed kill when they're frightened. So I guess for the extra HP cost, it's worth it. Considering it can, you know, it's basically a guaranteed KO. We haven't had it fail on us so far, but, you know, there's always a possibility that it will one of these days. So, oh good, bring more enemies for me to ingest. I don't even know why I did that. I could have just done this on Surf's turn. Well, whatever. You don't need to eat currently, so... Medea's a little bit of a waste because only Surf needs the HP, but I'll do it anyway. And then do this. And then do this. Thank you. See, the screen lingered there for a second. I was a little spooked because I was like, oh no, CeeLo's going to get a stomachache, but nope. Didn't happen. Gets rid of one guy. And now let's get rid of the other guy. Nice. We're all doing pretty good so far. Okay, so let's get Gale a new mantra, shall we? You're good. Evil Spirit is done for you. So now it's just a matter of working on the level 4s. Now, once we get done with, you know, Holy Beast, which is more expensive, and then we, you know, move down from there. Obviously, these are less expensive. These are only 25k a piece, which will be a little bit easier on our pocketbooks, obviously. But I really want to get Chakra Walk. I really want to get, is this mutual? This is shared karma, which is the 50%. I want to get Outer God done so we can get Chakra Walk. I want to get, you know, Holy Beast done so we can get Iron Stomach. And then I want to get, you know, the Karma stuff as well for my reserve party members so that way they're not just, like, falling behind on levels and have to keep rotating everybody out like crazy. But first things first that we have to work on is this because Iron Stomach is just that good. It's not going to be easy in my pocketbook, but we'll take it. Eventually we'll have enough cells to sell that we'll be able to handle it no problem. But will Argela be able to handle Bat no problem, or will she require a few reinforcements before we blow the ship to smithereens? Find out on the next episode of Digital Devil Saga, the Stream Edition, which will be happening sometime early next week at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. I'm not sure yet. I'm going to figure out the schedule after I get the description done for this episode, and I will let you all know. But it will be, as usual, at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on whatever day I choose. So, thank you for watching, everybody. I appreciate you coming out to Twitch and YouTube to check out the stream. And I will see all of you on the next one, which, as I said, will be sometime next week, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Until then, everybody, take care and have a good one. Just going to start hearing the 007 theme in the background all of a sudden. You're like, wait a minute, did I drop into a different game here or something? Oh boy.